not attempt to adjust your dial. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. It's your boy Big Vern. This is App Stupid, the fastest growing sports and entertainment show on these YouTube streets. You're welcome. Holla at your boys. Big Vern in the building. Shout out to everybody who's still rocking with us. I got some horrible news, man. I think I just heard through the grapevine that Irv Gotti, Murder Inc., famous producer, he's passed away. So condolences to his family. Top of the hour here in the Midwest. Again, it's still wet and wavy Thursday here. Temperature seems to be dropping right now. So if you got to get your pets out, make sure you get them out right now and get back indoors. Last segment we covered Kyle Kuzma. He goes to the Milwaukee Bucks, and while we think that's a good thing, we think that's a blessing in disguise, and why this is going to make the Bucks fans, that's going to give them a glimmer of hope. And we go from the association to the college football ranking world and Indiana and Curt Cignetti. Now, Fernando Mendoza, he chose them. This story is coming out of the Daily Hoosier, and the author of the piece is Mike Schumann. I don't think that I've had the pleasure of reading the piece, but I do see the connectivity, and he is a talented writer. So the redshirt junior quarterback, Fernando Mendoza, who you see in the graphic, he chose to transfer from Cal to IU to unify his family on multiple fronts. He's also playing with his brother, freshman redshirt quarterback Alberto Mendoza. So they literally have a 2-for-1 deal. The older brother having a year under his belt in the ACC. Now he's in the Big Ten. How will this work out? Also, that's a sweet deal if you and your brother could roommate and do something that you love doing. I'll tell you what, let's get on the other side of this when we take a quick 20 from a rap album we're promoting this month. This is Big Vern. Drop the spot. Now, bam, 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 bam. It's your boy Big Vern. Y'all know how we do. Promoting a new rap album, The Mussolini, True Player in the Game, in stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on the track is True Game, Her and Her. That song's crazy. That song's crazy. Feels Better, Fly With Me featuring Jimmy Waters, and many more. The Mussolini, True to the Game, in stores now. Yeah, shout out to the Mussolini. You know I'm digging it again. Rest in peace to Irv Gotti, founder of Murder Inc. Records, famous producer Ja Rule and Ashanti. He has passed away. Our condolences to his family. That was a confirmation because at the beginning of the segment we talked about, we heard it through the grapevine. So now you have confirmation. Getting back to Mendoza. So clearly from the piece, you can see that this is a family decision, and it's echoed when Fernando says, and I quote, "To be able to play with my brother for 1 or 2 years and to be able to live with each other, and it's more easier for our family to travel and see us," end quote. Now, they both play at the same school, and they're from Miami. So it's clearly like I said, it's easily clear to see that this was a family decision. And it worked out for the best. Now, for those of you all who aren't really familiar with Fernando Mendoza, we covered him and Cal last year when they went on the road and beat Auburn in their SEC. Like I said, it was like an SEC Pac-12 thing. And Auburn was trying to cherry pick because they looked at the teams that the Big Ten didn't take. And so they wanted to see, okay, we can beat the ACC. Let's get this team we don't know too much about. And sometimes when you cherry picking, you pick a pepper. That's how those things work. But looking at Mendoza, if you don't know who this kid is, like I said, he's got good size on him. He's 6'5", 225 pounds. Last year, he became the ninth 3,000-yard passer in California history with 16 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Now, you can only think him going in under Cignetti, those numbers are only going to, like I said, be exacerbated in that system. Now, look at what he did with Curtis Rourke. And if people think that people would, like I said, if people think that programs were beating down Curtis Rourke coming out of Ohio, nobody knew about this dude. But because he was in Cignetti's system, he recognized where he needed to be and he fit everything around his abilities. Now, Curtis Rourke has a legitimate shot at the NFL. He has a legitimate shot at the NFL. And before Cignetti came into his life and pulled him out of Ohio, nobody heard about this kid. Now, Fernando, he knows that. And he said as much when he says, and I quote, the reason that IU stood out for me way above the rest was the number one factor, development. 4 out of the last 5 quarterbacks he's had have all been conference players of the year. The only one that wasn't was Curtis Rourke. But that guy is unbelievable. Again, game recognizes game. And he's got some pretty big shoes to fill because of last year's success. They won't be able to sneak up on anybody. In fact, Indiana goes from being the hunter to the hunted. And that's what they do. Indiana doesn't get a chance to sneak up on people. They go from being the hunter to the hunted, and they're in a really stacked conference. The Big Ten is the best football conference, and I'm not saying that because I'm an Indiana fan. I'm saying this, and I've got to be a homer. I live here. But I'm saying that because the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. Give me a quick 20 from a rap album we're promoting this month. This is Big Vern. Drop the spot. Bam, 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 bam. It's your boy Big Vern coming to you live from the App Stupid Studios. We promoting another rap album this month. Mac Miller, Balloonerism, in stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on the track is $5 Pony Rides, Friendly Hallucinations. Friendly Hallucinations is dope. That's a really good song. Excisors, and then Mannequins. Mac Miller, Balloonerism, in stores now. Yeah, shout out to Mac. I like Mac Miller. Like it says, another sad story. A young man isn't with us. Rest in peace to him. Peace to his family. Going into the season coming up in 2025, I know a lot of people like to throw this out here. Who did Indiana play? So on August the 30th, they open up with the Old Dominion Monarchs. I'm not mad at that game. That game is more of a timing game. It's pretty much to see, do the things that you've done in practice, do they replicate on the field? Again, everybody's not going to open up with a hard touch. And then there's the Kennesaw State Owls on September the 6th. And then September the 13th, they have the Indiana State. They're coming to town. I particularly like this game because as a proud Hoosier, I believe that we all need to start playing each other. That's Ball State, that's Notre Dame, of course, Indiana, and Indiana State. We all need to start playing one another. With Purdue and Indiana, they have no choice. But like I said, I think we all need to start playing each other because that really, in the state of Indiana, we have a chance. If we play each other, we have a chance to really set the tone and have the battle for Indiana. We can do that. But then you have September the 20th, they get number 13 ranked Illinois. September the 27th, they got the Iowa Hawkeyes. That's on the road. They go play Captain Kirk. That's a rough and tumble game. They go into a bye week. And then there's the number 6, Oregon. In Oregon. And then they play Michigan State. And then after that, they play Penn State. So when we have this whole notion, who did Indiana play? This year we played a really good schedule. Next year we're playing a really good schedule. It's going to be tight. It's going to be competitive, but I know Cignetti, he's going to still have his detractors and his naysayers, but for the people who really support him in the Indiana faithful, I got no problem and no complaint with this game whatsoever. If you are a Hoosier fan like me and you're in the chat, drop a line. Let me know what you think about him getting both the Mendoza brothers and him having a lot of key transfers, not only out of the portal, but guys who are coming back. This is Big Vern. I'll be back.